In this episode of Financial Control for Life, learn how you can help your kids build wealth from birth. Buying life insurance on your child, kind of a weird concept, right? We thought so too, but when we learned about dividend-paying whole life insurance, it became a vehicle that we could start to put in place at our son at age 6. That was an amazing opportunity for him in his future years to start learning about money and making good decisions about money and setting him up for the future. Now, putting life insurance on children is something maybe as a taboo, but it's not about the death benefit. It's again called whole life, which means learning to be the beneficiary of your policy while you're living, which is so incredible. Which means that as our children have these policies in place, we become a family unit talking about money. Recently, we just got a statement for our son's policy, and he's now 15. So this policy's grown over the years, and it's kind of cool because we're sitting together talking about this statement and showing him, hey, look, we have this much dividend and this much cash is now available for you. And he's saying, oh, I want to buy a charger. Well, okay, you could buy a charger, but you also have to be responsible with that money and know that you can pay it back. And think about future needs that you need. So I'm explaining to him, hey, you're going to have to go to university. So we need funding for that. So the idea about putting life insurance on your child is about the living side of this and creating a vehicle for them to have money for their future. And what I love about it too is the entire family can use it. I mean, if you're doing a policy on a 15-day-old baby, obviously the baby doesn't need the money yet, but the family needs the money. You may be going on a vacation, or there is a minivan that needs to be bought because the family's growing. The family gets to use the policy throughout the lives of the children. As they grow into adults, you can now transfer that policy, that asset, to them when they're responsible. And it's called the cascading wealth strategy. Under current tax law, there is no tax when transferring the dividend-paying whole life insurance contract to your child who's now legal age, such as 19, as an example. They can then take it on for life, but maybe they can't afford to take it on at that age. Well, you as the parents, as owners, can then continue paying it until you feel the child is ready, or never transfer it to the child. That's an option too. Other great benefits of putting a policy on a child, it locks the child in on rates of that age. So a 15-day-old baby, for example, is locked in at age 0 for life, which is amazing, and a hedge against inflation because insurance or costs are going to go up. Other great option of that is if the child becomes uninsurable in the future, he or she has this policy in place that's going to build throughout his or her life, which is an amazing feature that you can have. Education is a key benefit of using dividend-paying whole life insurance. There is what we call an RESP, Registered Education Savings Plan, which is a government-controlled plan. We're not saying replacing that, but there are restrictions with RESPs, such as only being able to put $50K into that vehicle. What if your child's going to be a doctor and it's going to cost $200K for schooling? Well, the RESP won't cut it. You need to have alternatives. So we're saying, hey, if you can afford both because you get grants with RESPs, that's great. Why not think about holistic? One of the key components I love about putting policies on children is the ability to be able to teach as parents good stewardship of money. And that this is not about entitlement, this is about them learning about values and learning about how they can access the policy for certain things in the future, but doing it around guidance and responsibility. It's not just here, son, here's a big policy with lots of money. It's about him learning about being responsible with it and using it for the right reasons. As you can see, there are a lot of benefits in setting up dividend-paying whole life insurance on your children. We believe it's one more step to help you create financial control for life.